Welcome to Chasing Spiritz, where we explore the strange, the supernatural, and the unexplained. I'm your host, Ethan, and I'm with my co-host, Reed. Reed, say hello.
Hello. What's going on? New year.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, this is going to come out, what? The second? Oh my god.
Yeah, the second.
2025. 2025. Wow, who would
We're
have
not
thunk?
recording in the new year, but it is the new year. Welcome to the new year, everybody.
What's our goals for 2025?
Oh, we should have prepped this.
Yeah, I didn't think
think
about it.
we're kind of bad with time management, so I think our goal for this year should be to get some more listeners and post every week. I think those are some pretty realistic goals.
Personal goal, actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just get the website up and running like smooth and some listener submissions for sure.
That would be cool. That'd be cool to do a listener submission episode.
100%. All right, Reed, are you ready for today's good subject we got going?
Yes, I already forget how it said. Please proceed.
Today, we are talking about yokai. Do you know anything about yokai?
Isn't that a show?
You kind of threw a random one at me. I don't know if that's a show.
I thought that was a show.
What show is that?
Hold on, I'll look it up. Oh, it's a video game actually.
It's a video game?
Yep, Yokai Watch. I don't know why I know what that is. Oh wait, no, is it a show? It is a show.
Bro, how do you know about this stuff?
I don't know. Someone's talked about it.
This is like some Pokemon knockoff stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just heard it somewhere. I don't know where. I looked up Yokai Watch and it says people also searched for NBA 2K. I don't know. That's an odd one.
All right. Are you ready? What do you know about yokai other than the show?
I have no idea what it is.
All right. Perfect. Let's talk about the yokai. So I do have 3 different yokai that I brought today to talk about, but I figured first we can talk about what an actual yokai is.
Okay.
People that don't actually know. Okay, so a yokai is a term from Japanese folklore that broadly refers to supernatural beings, spirits, or entities. These creatures are deeply ingrained in Japanese culture, often representing the mysterious and inexplicable forces of the natural world. Yokai can range from mischievous and playful to terrifying and malevolent, depending on their nature and the legends surrounding them. So I got there's a few different types of yokai.
Okay.
There's animal-based yokai, which is many yokai are inspired by animals such as the kitsune, which is a fox, the tanuki, which is a raccoon dog, or nekomata, which is a cat. These beings often have magical abilities and shape-shifting powers. Pretty interesting.
Dude, this sounds like the game.
It probably will, yeah. There's human-like yokai. Some yokai resemble humans, but with exaggerated or supernatural features, such as long tongues, multiple eyes, or strange deformities. There's some examples which include the Yuri, which is a ghost. If you ever played Phasmophobia, they have it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Tengu, which is another one, which is like a bird-like humanoid. Another one is the object-based yokai. This is known as the Skumogami. These are the everyday objects like umbrellas or lanterns that have gained sentience after reaching 100 years of age.
Okay.
Which is weird. There's not too many of those ones, but there's a lot of yokais. Let me just tell you, there's a ton of yokai. And then the last one is natural spirits, which is yokai often embody natural elements such as rivers, mountains, or trees. For example, the kappa is a water-dwelling creature associated with rivers and ponds, which I don't know if we talked about the kappa, but it's similar kind of to the Loveland Frogman, but it's like a turtle-based creature.
Okay.
They eat cucumbers, weirdly enough.
Hmm.
Some of the traits and behaviors. So we have the mischievous or dangerous kind of tendencies with the yokai. They can be pranksters, scaring, or inconveniencing people, but some are outright dangerous, causing harm or even death. So you got like pranksters and you got murderers, I guess. Another one is the shapeshifters. Many yokai have the ability to transform into human or other forms, often to trick or interact with humans.
So, what is this? Is this like Japanese mythology, or is this like things people have encountered them?
I think it's literally almost like fairy tales. It's just folklore. It's just people have told these stories about certain objects, or it's kind of like, remember back in the day when they would explain things kind of like if they say like, oh, it's God's doing or something like that, they would explain it with like a higher power. example. Like the
Okay.
sun would go around the earth, and that
Oh,
was like a higher
okay,
power
okay.
thing.
So it like explains certain things
Yeah,
that
some of them
happen.
definitely
Like
do that.
parents would use them or something.
Kinda, yeah. Obviously, there's ones that are more like dangerous and kind of more random, but some of them do have that property where it's like, okay, you tell your kids this, so they wouldn't maybe go outside at night, kind of thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so I have two more traits and behaviors. The
Okay.
last two, one of them is moral ambiguity, which is yokai don't fit neatly into good or evil. Some can be helpful if treated respectfully, but vengeful if disrespected, which
Hmm.
is more or less like the shrines that you'd see, those kind of yokai that would be there. And then the last one, supernatural powers. Yokai might control the elements, possesses humans, brings bad luck, or acts as omens of disasters,
Hmm.
which is similar to Mothman,
Ah.
because he is an omen of disaster. I obviously wouldn't call him a yokai because he's not in Japan, but
Yeah. Could be. Could be a
could be, yeah.
rogue. A rogue
Could
one.
be a random Mothman running around Japan, I guess, right? So the cultural significance. So there's a lot of different things with the yokai. Like obviously some you see them in like pop culture. They appear in anime, manga, and films. I don't know if you've ever
Okay.
seen Spirited Away.
I've never watched the movie.
Gotcha. Honestly, good watch. Check it out, listeners.
Okay.
Also check it out. So yokai stories were originally passed down through oral traditions and later through artwork, literature, and theater. The Edo period, which is 1603 to 1868, saw a flourishing of yokai art and literature. Strangely enough, fun fact. Anyways, so to start off, Reed, I have three yokai, like I said before. The first one is a little creepy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This one's called the Teke Teke,
Ooh.
which is Japan's vengeful spirit. Let's hop right into the origin here. Kashima Riko was once a young woman who lived in Hokkaido, Japan. One night, as she was walking home alone, she was attacked and left for dead near a set of train tracks. Weak, unable to move, she was struck by an oncoming train, which severed her body in half at the waist. Her death was tragic, but her story didn't end there. The pain and anger she felt in her final moments transformed her into a vengeful spirit. Now she's known as the Teke Teke, a ghost who drags herself along the ground using her elbows to move. The name Teke Teke comes from the chilling sound she makes as she pulls her upper body forward. It's said that Teke Teke roams the night, searching for victims to share her fate. If she finds you, she will ask you a question. Where are my legs? If you answer incorrectly or fail to respond, she will slice you in half with a sharp weapon, leaving you just like her.
What's the correct answer? Sorry.
Oh, we'll get into that. Don't you worry. We'll talk about it. I get
Okay.
a section for it. Some legends say her legs were taken by the train and are lost forever. Others believe that she's searching for someone to take her place so that she can finally rest. Beware the sound of Teke Teke behind you in the dark, for once she appears, there is no escape. Which is funny
Jeez.
because they talk about how you can survive, and we'll get into that a little bit. So I think you can get away. But what do you think of the Teke Teke so far?
Pretty creepy. That's a scary one.
Right. So yeah, they're not all going to be like I said, like the higher up power kind of explanations. Some of them are going to be creepy like this.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's kind of like Japanese cryptids in a way. Like I feel like we could do one episode per Teke Teke or Teke Teke per yeah, oops, one episode per yokai.
Oh, you probably
I feel
could.
like there's so much info.
The only problem that I had with doing like yokai in general is there's not like a lot of encounters for each of these.
That's fair. That's fair. It's less encounter based. It's more story based.
That's also it. I mean, it's told orally, but it also could be a problem where I don't see like Japan's Reddit, so I
Yep,
wouldn't see the encounters. So that could be it as well.
that makes sense.
Yeah, but there is a lot. There's a lot of information on all of them, and honestly, it's kind of cool. So the Teke Teke typically haunts in dark, desolate areas such as train stations, roads, or urban back streets. Her preferred targets are those walking alone at night. So she carries a sickle. In some versions of the legend, she wields a sickle as her weapon, adding to the terror of encountering her. Which I don't know
Hmm.
why she has a sickle because she got hit by a train, but
How are you walking on your elbows with a sickle?
you, you hmm. Well, you can hold it in your hand still, right?
Isn't the sickle like what the Grim Reaper has?
Y- yeah. No, that's a scythe, right?
Okay. That's a
Wait,
scythe.
hold on. We need to double check now. I think sickle is the one you see in like farms. Yeah. The sickle is the one you see in Ark that you use to harvest
Ah, so it's like just a curved blade,
fiber. Yes.
handheld.
I love
Okay,
that's
okay,
how he
okay.
talked about it.
Oh, an arc survival. Ah, that
Ah,
one.
perfect. Got it. Yeah, no, that's literally what it looks like. So yeah, I guess she could carry it in her hands.
Yeah, yeah, that makes more sense. I was picturing like a tall, like a staff like one, but that makes sense.
That would be really funny. She's like
That would
floating
be
in the air with
insane.
it.
That'd
Anyways,
be crazy.
okay. So the riddles to survive. To evade death, victims must correctly answer her riddles, a detail that ties her malevolence to a dark sense of justice and revenge. For instance, when asked, "Do you need your legs?" the correct reply is, "I need them right now." So that is how you're supposed to be able to get out of there,
Okay, well, the question you said she asked is, "Where are my legs?"
which is interesting, right? So that's the thing, too. I feel like a lot of the information might be a little bit different.
Okay, okay, okay.
I don't, that could be a me thing, grab the information from multiple sources, but I mean, they kind of all are similar in a theory, I guess.
Well, how am I gonna get away from the Teke Teke?
I guess you'd,
I guess I don't know the
I
answer. I
guess you
guess
wouldn't
I'm
get,
just
to
screwed.
be fair, I guess yours not getting away.
All right, one more time for the people at home.
Do
How do
you
you
need your
answer?
legs?
Do you need your legs? What do you say?
I need them right now.
Okay, I need
That's
them
that's how you
tomorrow.
survive. I have one more
Okay.
little section where there's actually another thing I could talk about right now. Another thing she might ask you is, "Who told you my story?" And you're supposed to respond with the breakdown of her name, Kashima Reiko, which means mask, death, demon, ghost, accident,
Oh, okay.
and it's her name.
You just
So
answer with her name.
right,
How do you know my story, or who told you? And then you say that.
yeah. Who told you my story? And you say Kashima Reiko, which is her name. Which this is where I kind of start to not believe it as much
Why?
because it's literally her name. But like I guess like the kanji of where the way her name's spelt means mask, death, demon, ghost, accident.
That is crazy.
That is a crazy coincidence, or it's just not true. Which, you know, it's folklore, so it makes sense.
I think I know where I know this came from.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll talk about it. Let's finish this tech deck, and then I'll be. I just have like a few more sections.
Okay, okay.
Some of the themes, obviously, with the tech deck is she embodies the lingering pain and vengeance of someone betrayed by society. Her actions are not just about killing; they are expression of the despair and anger left unresolved in death, which is interesting. The moral lesson: the need to answer her riddles symbolizes acknowledgement of her suffering. It's a test of humanity, compassion, and wit.
Hmm.
Right? And so, why she persists in urban legends: speed and inescapability. Her ability to catch anyone, even those in vehicles, represents an inescapable doom.
What?
I guess
She walks
she.
on her elbows.
I wish you were into anime because there's an anime right now called Dandadan, which it's basically about yokai kind of and like demons
Okay.
and aliens. It's like a perfect show for anyone that listens to paranormal podcasts. I swear to God, it's a little
Okay.
dumb, but it's so good. But the first yokai is called Turbo Granny, and she could run really, really fast.
Turbo Granny.
Dude, we're gonna watch an episode one day.
All right, all right, all
Maybe this weekend. We'll plan it. I promise.
Okay.
You gotta watch it. You'll be like, "This is so stupid," but you'll enjoy it. Okay, another thing. In some variations, her victims become Teke Teke themselves, perpetuating her curse and spreading the legend. This is how the
Mm.
legend is continued on. And then the interactivity with her, they need to correctly answer her riddles, gives the legend a participatory and personal element. I think I said that wrong, but it's fine. Making it feel more real and immediate. So basically, the reason this legend has stayed around for so long is people still have these riddles that go around and people talk about riddles and how to answer just in case. But I have a
Okay.
feeling no one really sees her, but that's totally fine. But it's actually funny because I have an encounter.
You do.
I do have an encounter.
What is your source? Reddit?
Reddit.
Reddit encounters.
Oh, Reddit's our best encounter one. It was a cold December morning when my friend finally returned from his trip to Japan. I was excited to see him, but as I opened the door to greet him, I could immediately tell something was off. He looked normal enough, but his body language betrayed him. He wasn't okay. I invited him in, sat him down, and asked, "Bro, are you okay? You don't seem so good." At first, he just sat there, silent, staring at nothing. Then, as if my question broke the dam, he turned to me and began to shut down. I could tell something had happened to him in Japan. So I pressed further. "Bro, I know something happened. Just tell me what's going on." He took a deep breath, his hands trembling, and began to share his horrifying experience. So, my trip to Japan was good, at least. It was until one night. I was really hungry and decided to go out late. I had to pass by Kisaragi station to get to this convenience store I'd heard about. As I was walking, I heard something behind me. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but the sound grew louder. It was fast. It was like nails or claws hitting the pavement real fast. At this point in his story, he began to shiver uncontrollably. I could feel his fear as he relived the moment. I tried to comfort him, urging him to continue. Bro, when I turned around, I don't know what the hell I saw, but there was this woman, or at least half of her, just the top half crawling on her hands. The sight of her, it was wrong. It was like something out of a nightmare. As soon as I saw her, I turned and ran as fast as I could, but she started chasing me. She was moving so fast. That dragging sound, oh my god. That sound kept getting closer and closer. By the time I made a turn onto another street, she was only 3 feet behind me. His voice cracked as he continued. I could see tears welling up in his eyes. I thought I was done for. I don't know why, but when I managed to get about 7 feet ahead of her, I turned to look back. And that's when I saw them, 3 stray dogs. They attacked her, ripping into her as she screamed this horrible, inhumane sound. They bought me enough time to escape. I don't know why they were there, but thank God they were. He was shaking as he finished. His face was pale, his hands gripping his knees as if holding on to his sanity. I could tell he was still in shock. I looked him in the eye and said, "Bro, you just survived an encounter with the Teke Teke." I pulled out my phone and showed him a picture of his infamous Japanese urban legend. The moment he saw it, his face turned as white as a sheet. He whispered, "That's her. That's what I saw." I told him the rest and to promise me one thing: never go back to Japan. You might not get lucky again. What do we think of that encounter?
All right,
Of
read
the
it again.
Teke Teke?
Read it again, but in anime.
Oh God. Hold on, I gotta think of Josh. What do you mean?
Okay, no. Veto, never.
It was a cold December morning when my friend finally returned from his trip to Japan. And I was like,
Bro,
excited.
you must never go back to Japan.
Like, bro, never go back to Japan.
You're doing that pretty good, dude. Because you do like the breathe. I
You
feel
might
like
not get lucky again.
yeah, like the heavy breath. I feel like is like in all anime when they talk. You know that what's that show with the big bunny or the movie?
Big Bunny?
Isn't it a big rabbit man?
Are you talking
In one
about
of the
Big
animes?
Chungus?
No, in the anime. Big Chungus. Hold on. Big rabbit anime. Yeah, that's a big rabbit. What is that guy?
I have legitimately no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I
Who
don't know
is
why
this? My Neighbor Totoro. You know what that is?
No. I
Really?
know what it is because I think it's a Studio Ghibli movie, but it's old.
Oh, okay. I've just seen that. See, like I just
Is
know
that
the
the same?
covers of some of the movies, I guess.
We did have those at Best Buy, to be fair.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Uh working and stuff, I'd see a bunch of anime stuff around.
Reed, that came out in 1988.
Oh my god. I
That's
don't
like
know. I just remember seeing it.
36 years old.
I know. That is crazy.
That's what you bring to the table? You bring
I know. I bring Yokai Watch.
Watch?
Okay. I know the story for Yokai Watch, and I will confirm, and I will bring it next week. I think why I know this game is my friend that I go to like retro game stores with. Uh, I think I think this is the game she was searching for.
Oh, really? That's a random game to be looking for.
I know, but I might be wrong. But I can't think of another reason why I would know what Yokai Watch is. Why that would like pop in my head. But anyways, I'll confirm that that's the game she was searching for. Cause I remember her asking the guy behind the counter, and he's like, "Nah, I don't got it." He was pissed.
Really? That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I have another one for you.
All right, the
And another one
Teke
after
was
that.
sweet. That was pretty cool and spooky. Don't
When I
want to
say
see that.
Teke Teke fast, I think of Teke Teke.
I was thinking that. I was gonna say that. I was like, I wonder if that's
Yeah.
where they got the name from.
No, definitely not. But it would be really funny if they did.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
The Jurogumo, which
Okay.
is basically it's kind of like like a Spider Woman. If that, not Spider Man. Don't think of Spider Man. Spider Woman.
Okay.
But she's also known as the Entangling Bride. So the Jurogumo, or Entangling Bride, is a fascinating and terrifying figure in Japanese folklore. She originates from the golden orb weaver spider, a real species found in Japan. These spiders are renowned for their large size and vivid coloring. Upon reaching 400 years of age, the spider gains supernatural powers and can shapeshift into a beautiful woman. One popular story tells of a humble woodcutter who ventured deep into the forest to gather firewood. While working near a stream, he noticed a stunningly beautiful woman sitting on a rock nearby. She had long, dark hair and wore a flowing kimono that seemed to shimmer in the sunlight. The woman greeted him with a soft, inviting voice, and the woodcutter, mesmerized, found himself returning to the same spot every day to see her. But this woman was not what she seemed. Unknown to the woodcutter, she was the Jurogumo, a sputter yokai who lured men to her lair, trapping them in her webs and feeding on them. The woman invited him to her home one day, a secluded hut hidden deep in the woods. When he arrived, he noticed the walls were covered in thick webs, and the air was heavy and oppressive. As the woodcutter turned to leave, sensing danger, the woman's form began to shift. Her body twisted and expanded into that of a monstrous spider, her eyes gleaming with malice. The woodcutter ran as fast as he could, narrowly escaping with his life. The Jurogumo remains a cautionary tale, a reminder to be wary of things that seem too good to be true. It is said that she still resides in the forest, waiting for her next victim to stumble into her web.
All right. Couple things. Number one,
Oh yeah, go for it.
when we go
What
to
you got?
Japan,
Yeah,
I'm terrified now of
beautiful women by
beautiful
wolves.
women and train stations.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't a good episode idea.
No, we're gonna go and I'm just gonna be terrified. There's gonna be a nice lady at the bar. I'm gonna be like, no
Well,
chance.
hey, bars are safe, just no rivers in the middle of
Okay,
the
no
woods.
rivers, no train stations, and we're good.
Yeah, you should survive. I
You're
mean, I
gonna
hope.
you're gonna be like, oh dude, meet me back at the place. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna be walking alone, chased by a
Walking to the convenience store alone,
yeah,
chased by the Teke Teke right into the woods of the
giant
Jurogumo.
spider.
Yeah, honestly, this is a cool one.
Yeah, no, that one's cool. I the shape shifting things are so cool. We got to do a shape shifting episode in general because I feel like that's really cool. Of like that creatures can do that, and especially it's terrifying thinking about like when things can shapeshift into people.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
know
Well,
what
that's
I
like the
mean?
skinwalkers around here. Well, not around
Yep.
here, but
Not around here, but
in
yeah, yeah.
America.
That and then there's a lot of theories about aliens. That there's aliens within our culture. You know what I mean?
There's a movie about that too. I forget what movie it is.
There is.
Yeah, there's a movie where like the aliens are already here and they're disguised as humans. But anyways, besides the point. What I was gonna say, I feel like the creepiest sound, the creepiest thing is the sound of like the transformation, like the bones like
Ugh.
creaking and snapping as like the
Yeah.
spider that I don't know why that vision just gets me every time.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Ugh. Okay, another name that I found online, surprisingly, is called horror spider,
Oh,
which highlights the seductive and dangerous nature of this
that
yokai.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I want to see.
yeah.
Wait, what? I'm gonna look real quick. What does the spider look like?
Oh, you want a picture of her?
No. The spider, like it said, it's based off a real spider. What is the spider name? Did you have it?
Oh yeah. I can say. Hold on, let me scroll back up. I'll let you know. It's the golden orb weaver spider.
There it is. Let's see. Ooh, dude, these are terrifying.
Yeah, those are in Japan, which makes me less want to go. So something about her appearance that I wanted to talk about. Its form is massive. The legs are huge. They span wider than its body, and it is vividly covered in golden yellow and black patterns, as you saw online. And in her human form, she is a seductive young woman with captivating beauty designed to lure men into her doom. So she may partially reveal her true nature in some tales, such as spider legs or webs emerging from her body. So she
Mm.
doesn't always do that, but sometimes she'll do it before she even brings them in. So some of the behavior and abilities that she has. The Jurogumo are expert deceivers, distinguishing themselves as alluring women to entice unsuspecting men. So they're one of the few yokai that can actually lure men in. I think there's a siren too. I saw there was another one, but I think there's a few other ones. Not too many though. Their silk is incredibly strong, capable of trapping a grown man. Once ensnared, escape is impossible. They also have venom, which weakens their victims gradually, prolonging their suffering, allowing the spider to savor their deaths. Jurogumo can command lesser spiders to do their bidding, including fire-breathing spiders capable of setting fire to homes. What do you think of that?
Mm.
Crazy, right? Burning down houses. The habitat, so they can be in abandoned buildings and isolated homes that serves mostly as their lairs. Rural areas and forests, which is the dense woods and caves, are perfect for spinning massive webs and trapping prey. And some stories describe the Jurogumo living near waterfalls where they weave webs to snare both men and wildlife. So unfortunately, Reed, if we do go to Japan, we don't go near abandoned buildings.
Okay. Unless there's a pretty woman in it.
No.
Oh, you're right.
So the last little part for the spider lady. There's 2 other legends and stories that I found. This one's called The Monk's Warning, and a monk discovers the Jurogumo weaving her webs in a secluded cave. Using prayer and holy charms, he manages to banish her. However, she returns in secret, continuing her predation on young men. So then there's the fisherman's fate. A fisherman falls in love with a woman by the sea. Unaware that she is the Jurogumo, when he discovers her true nature, she traps him in her web and he dies a slow, painful death. No fishing for Reed in Japan either.
No, I guess not. Not happening.
Not
Though
happening
we
at
will
all.
do that little fishing restaurant that I was just telling you about.
What was it again?
It's a place you go and there's fishing indoors and you catch
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
cook it for you. They make it into like sushi rolls and stuff. We gotta try it.
I wish I liked sushi more though.
Yeah, I don't really either, but I'm gonna try whatever they make me. So whatever.
Yeah. All right, you want to get into the encounter that I have for this?
Yes, let's do it.
It happened during a weekend trip to a rural hot spring in Gifu Prefecture. My friends had gone ahead to the inn, leaving me to explore the nearby woods alone. I was taking pictures of a small waterfall I'd stumbled upon, the kind of place that feels like it belongs in a dream. The water shimmered, catching the golden light of the setting sun. As I stood there, a woman appeared out of nowhere. She was stunning, long black hair, pale skin, and a kimono with patterns of spider lilies that seemed to flow with the wind. I froze for a moment, wondering how someone so elegant had managed to approach without making a sound. "You're alone?" she asked softly, her voice like a melody. "This is a dangerous place. You should leave soon." I nodded, feeling uneasy but unable to look away from her. There was something mesmerizing about her presence, like she didn't belong to this world. She smiled and pointed toward a narrow path behind the waterfall. "That trail leads to a beautiful view. Go take a look." For some reason, I trusted her, even though my instincts told me not to. As I walked toward the path, I glanced back over my shoulder to thank her, but she was gone, completely vanished. The trail she directed me to was overgrown with vines, and the deeper I went, the more I noticed strands of spider silk glinting in the fading light. It wasn't until I tripped on something sticky that I realized the entire path was covered in webbing. That's when I heard the sound, a faint clicking, like something large skittering through the trees. Panicked, I turned back only to see her again, standing at the entrance of the trail. But she wasn't human anymore. Her lower body had transformed into a swollen abdomen of a massive spider. Her legs chitinous and sharp, her beautiful face twisted into a predatory grin as she began moving toward me, her movements impossibly fast. I don't know how I managed to escape, but I ran like my life depended on it, because it did. When I reached the inn, my friends laughed at my story, saying I must have imagined it, but I'll never forget the way her spider eyes gleamed in the fading sunlight. Do you know what chitinous is? That's like the
Yeah, it's kind of like
it's like the arc stuff, right?
yeah,
Chitin
chitin's an arc. It's kind of like I feel like it's like bug
bug parts.
some sort of parts. Yeah. I think it's like what their skin is.
Yeah, like the shell almost.
Yeah, it's like shelly. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was creepy, huh? How did he get
The
away?
fact that he got away is
I know
what's
that's insane.
creepier to me.
Especially, it doesn't make sense that he got away
No,
because
not really.
he's walking down halfway in the webs, and then you turn around and spiders on the other side of the path. So I don't know how you get out of that.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed to escape. I'm sure this probably isn't real,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
but it is Reddit. I thought it was interesting, so I just grabbed it.
Oh yeah, no.
which is
Definitely
cool. I
interesting.
mean, hey, we love a good encounter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. All right, the last yokai I have read, Ohaguro Bettari. It's called the Grinning Bride. So the Ohaguro Bettari, whose name means nothing but blackened teeth, is a yokai known for her deceptive appearance. She is often seen at night, dressed as a bride in a beautiful wedding kimono. From behind, she appears completely normal, even elegant, and many are drawn to her mysterious presence. But when you approach her and she turns around, her face is revealed to be blank. No eyes, no nose, nothing but a wide, menacing mouth filled with blackened teeth. Her eerie smile is said to freeze people in terror, and her laughter echoes long after she disappears. The origins of Nothing But Blackened Teeth are unclear, but some stories claim that she was once a woman betrayed by her lover or abandoned at the altar. In her sorrow, she became a yokai, cursed to wander forever, appearing to others as the bride she never got to be. Ohaguro Bettari is said to haunt empty shrines and quiet streets, appearing to those who are alone at night. She doesn't harm her victims, her goal seems to be frightening them, perhaps as revenge for her own suffering. However, her unsettling presence leaves an impression that lingers long after the encounter. Ooh. No place in Japan is safe, Reed.
I don't think anywhere is safe. We're not even going anymore. This is only 3 of the hundreds of yokai.
There's, what's surprising? There's actually a lot of fish yokai.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. There's a lot of fish, like sea creature ones. It's actually pretty cool. But
Hmm.
anyways, what do you think about the blackened teeth and the sorrow this lady has to become a yokai? Like that feeling? We've talked about
Yeah.
energy before.
Yeah, no,
That's a lot.
that's a lot. I think you saved the worst for last. This one, they're all scary. I'm happy you picked 3 scary ones because I thought you started with the scary one. The other 2 were gonna be like random items. You know
Umbrella.
what I know. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this one's less harmful, so that I thought it was a good one to end with because it's not
That's
like
true.
all gonna kill you, but
That's true.
something about having nothing on the face. It's kind of like Slenderman almost, just with the blackened smile,
Yeah.
which is
The smile is the like Slenderman is creepy because it's just like a
mm-hmm,
face, right? Like a faceless being. But something about
true.
the big smiles, like, geez, like that's a next level terrifying.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Let me ask you before I go into some more details with her. Out of the all three, what do you think's the worst one to see?
Uh,
Like, if you survive, you're not gonna die. Which one's the worst one to see? You think?
like the most scarring,
Yeah.
definitely the spider.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean
Okay.
they're
Okay.
they're all creepy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The first one is just a half of a woman with a knife, so
Yeah.
that's
True.
scary.
Dude,
But
that'd be
it's
like.
not as creepy as a shape shifting like. And this spider isn't a small spider. When it shape shifts out of a spider, isn't it like massive?
Yeah. You know what I think of is
What?
the Spider-Man movie where Tom Holland's like the suit gets the legs that stick out.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah,
the
yeah.
suit's name is, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
Yeah, I
he
do
gets
know
like
what
a
you're talking
third
about.
version. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I picture in my mind.
I picture it bigger. I don't know why.
Oh, it probably is. You're probably right. It's probably like
Picture it huge.
darker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and like you said about the bones cracking, like when it's
True.
shifting and it's just like you just see like the head like tilting sideways and turning and like the skin changing. Like, dude, that's got to be terrifying. Especially something so beautiful like a woman. You know what I mean? Like something so beautiful, great, amazing, you know?
Has anyone noticed Reed hasn't done a man episode in a long time?
Dude, I haven't been into men lately. No, I got honestly, there's not a lot of good men left.
What are you talking about? There's like the Goat Man,
No, there's definitely
the
some men.
Char Man, the
I'll do
Bunny
more.
Man,
I'll do more. We've been branching
Spectre
though.
Man,
I kind of
presume.
like it. We did a lot of cryptids at the beginning.
True. Yeah, the map was full of cryptids.
I
Speaking of
don't even
which,
know. Are these
ChasingSpirits.com.
considered spirits?
Yeah, I'd consider these probably like hauntings, ghosts,
Yeah.
spirits
Okay, that
category.
makes sense. I think I'm sticking with the spider one. That I already don't love bugs, so I
Yeah, dude, a
think
giant spider is pretty
thinking of a
bad.
giant spider is like crazy. We're lucky around here. In Mass, we don't have a lot of deadly spiders, but I know other people in the U.S. and around the world are not as lucky.
I know it is kind of crazy though. I'm surprised we don't have any big ones. I mean, I've seen some pretty big ones, but
Yeah,
nothing
no, we
like
definitely
that.
have some spiders that can hurt you, but we don't have like black widow spiders. Do you have uh do you have anything else for the third?
Yeah, I have a little bit left here. Some of the behaviors I just want to talk about. One of the things that I found is sometimes she can be found in people's homes.
Hmm.
So in some variations, the Bettari appears inside a man's house, disguised as his wife or a mysterious stranger, before revealing her horrifying face. So I don't
Okay.
know if she can shapeshift, but she can basically disguise as that. Her habitat, she's mostly found in shrines and temples, also on dark streets, and then obviously sometimes inside some homes.
That's terrifying. It can be inside homes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Inside our
that one.
hotel when we get back.
She's also in a lot of pop culture too, so she appears in Japanese horror anthologies and shows, often as a minor yokai with a comedic or terrifying role.
Hmm.
She's been in anime and mangas, and she's in a lot of art and literature actually. She's a popular subject in the Yukio e-prints and modern yokai illustrations, showing her iconic blackened teeth and eerie kimono.
She kind of reminds me of wait, she's the one in
The Slenderman
the
mask.
bride kimono.
Yeah, the
It's like
shiny
a
bride kimono.
okay. Um I don't know why it kind of reminds me of The Grudge.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like kind of
yeah.
faceless like that. Like obviously the hair covers,
Yeah, I could
but
definitely get behind that. Yeah,
I feel
honestly,
like
yeah, that's a
similar
pretty good
clothing
comparison.
too. The Grudge kind of wears like a gown, right?
Yeah, I think it's a hospital gown.
Yeah. That makes
I was
sense.
gonna ask you, do you know what kimonos look like? I mean, I assume
Uh,
you've probably
I
seen them
I,
before, right?
I mean I know what they generally look like, but I'm sure a bride's kimono is different than what I'm picturing.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, let's see
Like
what kind of brides
silky,
kimono
right?
are. Yeah, I think most of them are. I don't know if it changes bride's kimono. Let's see. 'Cause-
I was thinking it was just like a white, longer kimono, maybe, or something like that.
yeah, it looks like that's yeah. I had the last little section, then we can kind of rate these, I guess.
Okay, you want to do them, rate them separate?
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, I think I actually have an encounter for this one too.
Okay, yeah. Keep going. What do
Yeah, I
you
do.
got?
So the last little part is how to avoid her. So, avoiding shrines at twilight. Many encounters occur near shrines or temples during the evening, so staying away reduces your chances of running into her. Obviously, not approaching strangers. Her lure depends on her victim's curiosity or attraction. Keeping your distance ensures she has no opportunity to reveal her monstrous face. And the last little bit it says, stay calm. If you do encounter her, remember she does not harm her victims. Recognizing her harmless nature may lessen the shock. So that is some ways you can actually avoid
Okay.
the blackened teeth. Did I bring up that back in the day I saw like a fact that they actually liked blackened teeth on people?
Who?
Right here it says it's an old custom prevalent centuries ago among most married Japanese women. Members of the aristocratic class and samurai, it was considered a status symbol to have blackened teeth.
Okay, interesting.
Crazy. I saw that when I was digging around, obviously when I was reading this yokai. And yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's crazy, dude. I've never seen the pictures of people with blackened teeth, and it's wild.
Have
Because
you now?
yeah, no, look at this.
Ugh,
I'm gonna send you this right now. You have to see this.
that's very interesting.
We'll post this picture too, so everyone can see it. It's gonna be the last slide. There you go, read.
Ugh,
Right?
terrifying.
Yeah, it's just like kind of unnerving a little bit.
Yeah, doesn't look natural.
All right, you ready for the encounter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This happened a few years ago, late at night in Kyoto. I was walking back to my hotel after an evening of drinking with coworkers. It was well past midnight, and the streets were eerily quiet, the kind of silence that makes every small sound feel amplified. As I passed by an old temple, I saw her. She was standing by the entrance dressed in a traditional kimono. Her back was turned to me, but even from behind, she exuded an air of elegance. Her kimono was simple but beautiful, a deep blue with silver accents that shimmered in the moonlight. At first, I thought she might be a geisha, but something about the way she stood perfectly still, almost unnaturally so, made me feel hesitant. Still, I was curious. I called out to her, asking if she needed help. She didn't answer, but turned her head slightly, just enough for me to see her profile. Her skin was pale and flawless, and I felt a strange pull, like I had to see her face. Against my better judgment, I walked closer. Are you lost? I asked again, my voice trembling. She finally turned to face me fully. Her face was smooth and featureless, except for one horrifying detail: a mouth, stretched unnaturally wide, filled with blackened teeth. She smiled, her lips curling back further than they should have, and I swear I heard the faint sound of laughter, like it was coming from inside of my head. I stumbled back, heart racing as I did. She began to move toward me. Her feet didn't touch the ground, she seemed to glide, her kimono dragging behind her like a shadow. I ran as fast as I could, not daring to look back. When I reached the main street, I stopped and looked around, but there was no one there. The temple was just as quiet as it stood before. Since that night, I've avoided walking near temples after dark. Whatever I saw wasn't human, and I don't want to risk meeting her again. What do we think, buddy?
Creepy. So you said this one doesn't really hurt people, though.
No, so yeah, this one has the tendencies to kind of, I guess, prank people, I would say.
Prank?
Yeah, like she likes to mess with people a little bit, like kind of freak them out when
Okay,
they see your
okay,
face.
okay. Just be scary.
Exactly, yeah. It's not
Okay,
anything.
so that makes sense. So it makes it less creepy for sure, but still, if you saw this thing, you'd be scarred. No face and a giant mouth with black teeth, and you hear laughter in your head. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
that.
don't know where the laughter comes from, but that is crazy.
Yeah. No, it's definitely still a scary one.
Yeah, I think all three of these yokai are pretty creepy altogether. But this one, I just didn't. I think it's just, I don't know. It's weird not having the features of a human, right? Like not having the eyes, the
Yeah,
nose, the
but
ears.
looking like the human from
From
behind.
behind,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Mm-mm. What if you walk past and never even knew?
Oh, I'm sure it happens.
I kind of wish we had yokai around here, like the concept of that.
That would be cool.
Different culture, man.
Oh, you're
I'm
making me
jealous.
want to look into these more. Maybe
Oh,
we'll do a
hey,
second
a
episode.
read episode?
Maybe. Maybe we'll
All
do it.
right. All right. I like that. We'll be back. Another yokai, volume 2.
Volume 2. Uh do we want to go over the spook scale?
Let's go over the scary scale, or the spook scale, as some would say. 1 star being not scary, 2 stars being slightly unsettling, 3 stars somewhat creepy, 4 stars seriously spooky, and 5 stars terrifying. Reed, let's rate these individually. What do you give the Teke Teke as a score? What are you thinking?
I think 3.5.
3.5 for the no-legged Teke Teke.
Mm-hmm. So I think 3.5. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
their actual Japanese names. So what was the middle one that we did? The
Oh,
spider?
sorry. Yeah, I gotcha. It's the Jurogumo.
Okay, that one I am going to rate a 4.
Oh, spider's creepier. I like that. Respectable.
And the third one is what?
You say Bettari.
Okay. That I'm not going to attempt. That one that one is a 2.5.
2.5. Okay, less creepy. Yeah, I guess
Mhm.
it doesn't really attack too much. So
I know. That's just a big thing for me. That one might take it over the spider if it attacked and like bit you with its giant mouth and black
oh my,
teeth.
imagine it left like black teeth marks on your skin.
Imagine it like the mouth like
Oh,
hinged open. It was that big of a mouth, the whole head hinged open and it could bite you.
oh, it makes like the hinge sound too, like the. Ah, no. Actually, that'd be
Dude,
a
that's
pretty
insane.
crazy game.
That would.
That'd be actually really good.
But yeah, no, those are mine. What do you got?
Okay, the Tech Tech. I would probably go. Yeah, maybe a 3.5 as well. I'll probably join you on that one.
Okay.
I would put it at 4, but I think the spider is a little bit higher.
That's what I was thinking.
And I mean, I don't think the spider is like a 5.
No, I don't think the spider is a 4.5 or a 5.
Yeah,
Just from the realisticness of it and like the encounters and stuff, I don't think it can breach past a 4 if it's not there aren't like real stories of it, in my
yeah, that's
opinion.
true too. Yeah, there's not like a lot of real encounters with it. So yeah, you're probably yeah. I think a 4. I'd probably join you on the 4 as well.
Okay.
But I think for the last one, the Bettari, or the blackened teeth monster, or yokai, I'd probably go maybe a 3 on this one.
Okay.
I think it's pretty creepy. It reminds me of Slenderman, so I think that gives it a little more bonus points.
Yeah, that's true.
But the fact that it doesn't kill you, you're not gonna die, I think lowers the scariness. But still, I mean, it being malevolent enough to walk around and scare you just on purpose is kind of creepy.
No, that definitely is.
You know what I mean? Like you just be walking by, it's
Just
like
pranking. Pranking is such a funny word for it. It's still it's still trying to cause fear, just not with harm, pain.
right, exactly. Yeah, that I don't know. That makes it a 3. Good old smackaroonie 3. You know what's tough though? I was thinking about this, Reed, with the
But
website. We have the encounter map now. It's hard when we do like episodes of this multiple subjects we talk about because I don't know where to put it on the map or how many ratings I should put. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I just been putting like an average that we give to all of them.
That makes sense.
I don't know what you think about that, but
We could
something
put
to
the
talk
episode
about.
on 3 times.
That's true.
Do each thing.
Yeah, we could. I did think about that too with like Light of the Dawn, the day book box.
Yeah.
Day book. But yeah, overall that's our yokai episode. I don't really have anything else to think to talk about.
No, I thought that was good. That's a cool little another one we can just explore. There's hundreds
Yeah.
of them, so I think that'd be fun. I'll have to pick a few. I might not go as terrifying for all 3, but I'll definitely try and see what other funky ones are out there. I want to get into some of the cool ones too, though.
Fish and men.
Fish and Men. Yep,
That's
we'll
the
get
yokai
those.
episode. No, but yeah, I really do like the idea of having multiple yokai episodes because there's literally so many. We can cover so many different things, and they're so cool. They're different.
Yeah, no, we could have like themed episodes with them. Like that one was definitely a more terrifying one and more of like a lore one.
True. Yeah, more like a kill you and steal you away.
Yeah.
Except for the last one.
But yeah, no, it sounds like there's a lot of cool different ones. So we'll have to look into that more. I'm excited for my next week episode. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Oh, you already got an
I will
idea
not
what you're doing?
reveal.
Oh, okay. What can you give us like a hint?
It's a little bit different
Okay. Okay.
and it has to do it's definitely out there for an episode.
Really?
But out of the 3, out of regular paranormal,
Mm-hmm.
alien, and cryptid,
Ooh.
out of the 3,
Okay.
it leans towards aliens.
Oh. X Files. Oh, I'm putting the X Files song right there.
Which I haven't done it. I don't think I've done an alien episode.
All right. Well, hey guys,
So
there you go. Next week's episode.
there we go.
Reed's doing aliens.
Anything else before we close her out?
No, Happy New Year.
Happy
2025
New
is gonna be
Year.
our year. We'll be cranking episodes. We'll get some good ones out. Hopefully, you guys will stick along and listen. It's gonna be a good one.
We're gonna have some good topics this year. You know what I just thought of? We should have a spot on our website that people can give us ideas for topics they want to hear.
Oh, you know what? That's a great idea. I will add that.
We're
So yeah, if
adding
you
it.
guys want to go to chasingspirits.com, there'll be a section. Maybe I'll put it underneath the Instagram post or above it where you can drop suggestions for episodes. Or you can Instagram DM us.
DM or in the comments of any of our posts, whatever.
Yeah. Drop a suggestion. We'll cover it.
We'll cover it all.
Reed, do you want to take us out?
We'll see you on the next episode, Chasing the Spirits that haunt our world.